Hi everybody! Hi! It's Joy Hidalgo. How are you? I miss you! Oh my goodness. It's been a while since I've done a video like this, so I got dolled up. I did my makeup. Really did my makeup. My hair, and I just tried to really look cute. My nails, don't look at those. I look like I've been picking rocks. Oh my goodness. But there is a reason for this video. Oh my goodness. There's a lot going on out there. A lot, as we know. As we know. And I am a one-woman show. And I want to share a couple of things with you. I have my podcast, The House of Joy. I have my website, thehouseofjoy.com. You know I have my Instagram and my Twitter, The Joy Hidalgo. And my YouTube channel, The House of Joy. This is all a work in progress to inspire and lift the spirits of others. That has always been my mission, my purpose. In the arts, from when I was on Broadway, to traveling to Europe, to now, at this stage of my life. It may sometimes appear to others that I am very superficial and I have my head in the sand. And a friend of mine also pointed that out and said, you know, you want to be careful that you don't appear blind to what's going on. And he was right. Absolutely right. And I am not blind, and I am clear about what's going on. However, I want to speak particularly to transgender women and men, and particularly, even more so, to transgender men and women of color. I am not the type of person to march. Black Lives Matter is such an incredibly powerful movement and needs to be paid attention to. And I put myself on the first of the list to learn even more. Things like that change the world. They're extraordinary. So many political activists that are speaking out on our behalf, on everyone's behalf, of the injustices to people like George Floyd, Ayanna Dior, Breonna Taylor. I'm not like that. That's not who I am, and that's okay. I am the type of person that feels good about doing things like this, speaking about what's going on, my podcast, and spreading love, because you can always have joy, right? And I also believe, like when I interviewed Billy Porter, and he said to me, you know, Joy, there are all types of activists, musicians, dancers, actors. There are some that do all three. I mean, there are people that, you know, are very outspoken and march and very aggressive. My mother was that way. She was a really incredible political activist, and she was actually one of the campaign leaders for Shirley Chisholm. She worked with Shirley Chisholm in Brooklyn diligently, which is where I'm from, BK. And my mother was Puerto Rican. And Puerto Ricans are made of Africans, Spaniards, and Taino Indian, for all of you that don't know. So we are people of color, of course. Well, I think everyone is, but... But I digress. Shirley Chisholm, look her up. I'm going to put all these descriptions and links in the description below. Shirley Chisholm was the first black woman to run for president in the 70s. Extraordinary woman. So I know that type of activism, and I admire it so much. But I'm sometimes in fear. I have kept my head in the sand, because those types of very forceful movements scare me a little bit. I'm not blind to them. I do educate myself, and I vote, and I do the best I can. But I can't stand in front of you and give you statistics and mention lists of names and give you tons and tons of data. And I don't know how to, speak to politics in a way that most people maybe are accustomed to. However, when I reach out to one more person and I tell them I love them, when I share my story, when I go to the grocery store and I tell the woman at the cash register, I love you and thank you so much for working. When I pick up the phone when a friend is in need. When I do my podcast and I try to mention associations and companies and organizations like Human Rights Campaign and the LGBTQ plus Community Center and the Trevor Project and organizations that I feel can make a difference. When I try to share those things, when I extend my hand to you and I tell you I love you, that's my form of activism. That's what I do. And there are other, I'm sure, people out there and my transgender brothers and sisters who maybe feel the same way, a little frightened and maybe not so quick to respond the way most people do. You have a voice. I hear you. Everyone else hears you. And don't think for a second telling someone I love you doesn't affect change in this world, because it does. I am in love with the color pink and unicorns and love and joy and the Vogue version of what I think me is. Makeup, all of that stuff. People really like that. People really respond to that type of beauty and type of postings I do a lot. But I began to notice that something else had to happen. Particularly when I asked myself, what do I really stand for? And so I stand for love. I stand for joy and peace. But I wanted to make this video to let you know I stand for you. And I will do my best to continue to spread joy and love and my podcast and do postings, and some of them will be just fun and makeup and pink. But make no mistake about it. Black lives matter. Trans lives of color matter. Trans lives matter. Vote. Vote. Vote! There'll be links to register to vote below as well. I need to rethink how I present myself. I'm not going to change who I am, but I'm going to share this with you. I am doing my best to spread love and joy and peace to everyone. I am an activist. I'm that activist. And if there are transgender brothers and sisters out there, or anyone out there who's kind of scared and nervous and doesn't know how to debate, because I'm not really a debater, I hear you. The world hears you. Give thanks and gratitude to those that do speak out and march. I can't thank Black Lives Matter enough. However, this is my way. my way of supporting. And I've lost lots of followers because my energy and my focus is kind of shifting more and more publicly in this direction. That's okay. I didn't start doing this for followers. But I hope you come with me. I am the mother of the House of Joy, and everyone is welcome. Everyone. There is no room for hate, discrimination, and injustice of any kind. Of any kind. Not in my house. Okay? I love you. And remember, you can always, always have joy. You can always have joy. I love you. Bye.